What happened?
Well, like Dan Hayes said, 30 million cut off the payroll when you've already sunk that much into Carlos Correa. And again, that's where it fell apart for me was if you tell Derek Falvey we're cutting 30 million from your budget, he never signs Carlos Correa. Like, let's be frank about that. And
Yeah.
then so is it fair to say it's almost like slicing 60 million off your payroll because you signed Carlos Correa and then had to subtract Correa's money in theory from the budget? It's almost like when you're driving for a touchdown and you throw a pick six, there's that swing of points, the hypothetical swing of points. Similar to that, where it's like, oh, geez, if I knew I wasn't going to be able to afford Carlos Correa a year from now, I would have, signed a good first baseman or someone to a 1-year deal or a decent pitcher to a 1-year, any number of hypotheticals that you can think about. And so that significantly hamstrung them to the point where they couldn't add depth to the roster. Now, I didn't think going in to the last two seasons that depth was going to be an issue, but frankly, it was. I thought, oh, yeah, they've got Jose Miranda and Royce Lewis and Ed Julian and Brooks Lee and Correa and all these guys in the infield and Ty France, and maybe they can fall back on Julian. And you come to find out that like half those guys can't play baseball anymore, and that's an issue. And if you can't address that depth more than, Harrison Bader was basically hitting the lottery with what happened, and it still didn't matter because they stunk. If they knew ahead of time they weren't going to be able to put a team around Correa that they thought they were going to,